Hello, my dear friends. If you're a woman over 60, maybe retired, maybe semi-retired, or just enjoying a quieter life, I want to invite you to pause for a moment and take a deep breath. Let's talk, not as strangers, but as friends. Today's topic is one that many women carry quietly in their hearts, especially after the kids are grown, the house is quieter, and life slows down just a bit. You might look at your husband and think, he's a good man, but something's changed. Maybe it feels like he doesn't hear you anymore. Not just literally, but emotionally. Maybe conversations are shorter, colder, or even non-existent. You're not alone. In fact, this is one of the most common things I hear from women over 60. He doesn't listen anymore. In today's video, I want to walk with you through 6 common complaints that women over 60 have about their husbands. Not to criticize men, but to help us all understand the emotional shifts that happen in long-term relationships and how we can work with them, not against them. Let's dive into these gentle truths with honesty, warmth, and a bit of hope. 1. He tunes me out. One of the most frequent things women say after decades of marriage is, I'll be talking and he'll nod, but I know he's not really listening. This isn't just about forgetfulness. It's about emotional connection. After many years together, couples often fall into patterns. Your husband might feel like he already knows what you're going to say, or perhaps he thinks the conversation isn't urgent and doesn't require his full attention. But for you, the act of being heard is about being seen. You don't need someone to solve every problem. You just want someone to truly be present. Play button what to try. Instead of repeating yourself louder or growing frustrated, try saying, can I have your full attention for just 2 minutes? I really need to feel heard right now. Be direct but kind. Many men aren't aware they're tuning out. A gentle nudge can bring awareness without creating conflict. Blossom 2. He doesn't ask about my day anymore. In the early years of marriage, conversations often flowed effortlessly. How was your day? Was a natural part of everyday life. But after retirement, or once routines become predictable, the curiosity may fade. Some women say, I could be gone all day, and he won't even ask where I went or how I feel. It's not necessarily because he doesn't care. It's often because he assumes everything is fine unless he hears otherwise. Play button what to try. Instead of waiting for him to ask, try sharing one interesting or emotional highlight from your day, then ask about his. I had a funny moment at the store today. What was something that made you smile today? When you lead with warmth, you invite emotional connection. Blossom 3. We don't talk like we used to. This is one of the quiet heartbreaks many women feel. The long conversations, the laughter at the dinner table, the pillow talk, they all seem to fade with time. Maybe your husband spends more time watching TV or on his phone. Maybe when you try to talk, the responses are short or distracted. It can make you feel lonely, even in the same room. Play button what to try. Start small. Turn off the TV during dinner. Light a candle. Ask open-ended questions. What's something you've been thinking about lately? What's a memory you've been replaying in your mind recently? Create a space where talking feels natural again. Not like a task, but like a joy. Blossom 4. He doesn't help unless I ask twice. Many women over 60 still feel they carry the emotional and physical load of the household. You might be retired, but you're still cooking, cleaning, planning, organizing, and feeling invisible while doing it. Some say, I shouldn't have to ask him to help. He sees the same mess I do. And yes, that's a fair point. But here's something interesting. Many men truly don't notice certain things the way women do. It's not because they're lazy. It's because their brains are wired differently when it comes to domestic tasks. Play button what to try. Instead of assuming he sees what you see, try being specific. Can you please load the dishwasher while I finish folding clothes? I'd really appreciate it if you could vacuum today. Even better, create a shared chore list together at the beginning of the week. It turns housework from a favor into a partnership. Blossom 5. He's always on his phone or computer. Technology is a double-edged sword. It keeps us connected, but it can also drive us apart. Many women over 60 feel that their husbands spend more time scrolling than talking. Some men dive into YouTube videos, the news, or online hobbies to escape boredom or loneliness. But that digital wall can make a wife feel like she's second place. Play button 1 to try. Gently bring it up without blame. I miss the way we used to sit and chat after dinner. Can we bring that back? Also, try suggesting tech-free time. 1 hour each evening where you both unplug and reconnect. You could talk, play cards, go for a walk, or just sit with a cup of tea. Blossom 6. I feel more like roommates than soulmates. This one is tender. It's the ache of emotional distance. Maybe the physical affection has faded. Maybe the intimacy has grown cold. Maybe the spark just feels gone. When this happens, many women wonder, is this it for the rest of my life? But here's something powerful. Just because the fire is small doesn't mean it's out. Even small gestures, like holding hands, leaving a note, or a spontaneous hug, can rekindle connection. Play button 1 to try. Have an honest, loving conversation. Not about sex or blame, but about closeness. I miss holding your hand. Can we try to be more affectionate again? And remember, intimacy after 60 doesn't have to look like it did in your 30s. It could be deeper, slower, more emotional, and just as meaningful. Tulip final thoughts. Let's be gentle with ourselves and our partners. My dear friend, if you recognize yourself in any of these 6 complaints, please know this. You're not unreasonable. You're not alone. And you're not past the point of change. Long marriages go through seasons, just like the weather. Some are bright and breezy. Others are foggy or stormy. But even in the winter of emotional distance, a new spring is always possible. Sometimes all it takes is one brave step, one honest conversation, one small act of tenderness. Yes, men and women communicate differently. Yes, age brings its own challenges. But love, real, lasting love, can grow even in the quietest years. So if he doesn't listen anymore, maybe it's time to invite him back into the conversation. Gently, lovingly, with hope. You spent a lifetime giving your time, your care, your energy. You deserve to feel seen, heard, and valued. And sometimes that starts with speaking your truth, not in anger, but in love. This video wasn't about blaming your husband. It's about naming the quiet disappointments so healing can begin. So take a deep breath. Maybe tonight, you'll sit down next to him and say, I miss us. Can we find each other again? You never know where that one sentence might lead. Yellow Heart, thank you for spending this time with me. If this message spoke to your heart, please like, share, or comment below. You are not alone, and your story matters.